Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back. This is game number 2 here between Nerchio and whynoT. This time we're on the map, Tal'Darim Altar, spawning in the upper left-hand spawn location. Our pink Protoss player is whynoT, and then down over here in the lower left-hand position, the blue Zerg player is Nerchio. And wow, game number 1, really amazed. Nerchio able to be very effective. whynoT dropping his pylon at the natural expansion, powering his cybernetics core, ends up losing it to 4 lings early on as Nerchio moves out with that, delaying it, that warp gate research, also causing a supply block, delaying additional units from coming out for whynoT. After that, we saw Nerchio, he just macroed up, continued to get units, pretty standard stuff. He's going Roach, Speedling, Muta, and whynoT going up to a 1-1 push, level 1 weapons and armor, moving out also with some immortals. And as this was happening, Nerchio counterattacked and destroyed his worker count, absolutely obliterated his income. But still, that push from whynoT was so strong with some force fields and guardian shield, plus those 1-1 upgrades. He was actually able to overcome and win the game. It was really unbelievable. Again, it seemed like whynoT was playing pretty sloppily, but he ended up pulling out with the victory. So either way, I mean, you got to give him credit for that. Not going to say too many bad things about a man who just won a game. And at the end of the day, that's all it's about. You try to win a game of StarCraft, and whynoT did it. All right, Nerchio opening up with one base play again as he's got that spawning pool coming on through. Will now be moving out with his drone scout, heading up to that upper left-hand spawn location. So he will be scouting out whynoT very shortly. whynoT coming out with his gateway in the main, simulator coming on through, all very normal stuff. And he's going to be doing the same thing again. Here's a pylon, there's going to be another cybernetics core up front, and he's going for that 1 gate expand again. Such an interesting play, such an interesting opening. Now let's see what Nerchio tries to do to this game. Is he going to attempt to also push out again with this aggression? He knows he's going to be able to get his lings inside of the base, there's no question about that. whynoT does not have an early enough wall off and cannons early enough to actually be able to do it. Okay, now I'm perplexed. He's going to lose this. There's no question about it. That pylon is dead. It is dead. 4 lings just about to pop. They are going to be heading straight towards his base. Where are they rallied, though? They're actually rallied here to that expansion. I expect them to just go straight towards his base and go straight for that pylon. The only concern, though, one thing to mention, this map is really big, so he might not actually get there in time before that Stalker comes out. And it looks like that's what's going to happen, because with some Chrono Boost, I should have no problem getting that Stalker out. There we go. Finally Chrono Boosting at the tail end there. And yeah, he's already got a Zealot out too. So it looks like the pylon lives. Alright, never mind, I take it back. But still, this is such a dangerous opening here from whynoT. Just having this building here in such a vulnerable spot. But here we go. Expansion is coming on through. Trying to move down, and we're going to see that Stalker intercept these and prevent them from doing too much damage. Actually able to kill off the probe, unbelievably. Stalker gets a kill there. We're going to see Nerchio pull back, so he kills off a probe, only loses 1 ling. That's a fair trade, resource-wise. That actually puts him ahead. As you can see here, whynoT is a little bit behind, 25 resource. Nothing significant, of course, but worth mentioning. Metabolic boost is coming through. One more guy on the gas, just 1 guy mining Vespene at the moment. Everyone else has gone back to mineral gathering. 1 queen out already, a 2nd queen coming out. Now back over here for whynoT, he has got another gateway and a forge coming through, so he will be going for that wall off again. So it's like a delayed forge fast expand. It's a 1 gate into expand followed up with a forge something or another. Pretty interesting opening here. I guess it worked last game for whynoT, so I'm not going to knock him for it. 12 lings coming on through. Nerchio almost just about finished that metabolic boost. Expansion also just about done, transferring over some workers. I'll be interested to see what he attempts to do with those lings. Now, gotta keep in mind here, there's no cannons up yet at all. Hasn't bothered to drop a single cannon. Pro moving on in for some secondary scouting. He is taken out by the queen. Lings pulling out for a counterattack, or just an attack in general, not a counter. Lings moving out. They're gonna go straight to that for that front wall. The only real threat they have right now is that Stalker and Sentry without any cannons. He might actually be able to do a fair amount of damage here, and let's see what he does. He's going to go straight for that pylon as that cannon is still not in. We're going to see a nice force field that's going to delay quite a bit and actually buying him a little bit of extra time. Force field will be dropping, but there we go. There's another Sentry there as well. So he's going to be able to protect that there, buy some time for that cannon to come in. Looks like he is all set. What is this, a drone? Yep, it is a drone moving out. We will be seeing a 3rd base come on through here for Nerchio. Nerchio chilling up top. He's looking for a pylon. Wanted to see if there's any pylon placement there from whynoT. Just wants to know if he's going to have to deal with any warping and zealots or anything crazy like that in the near future. Level 1 weapons upgrade coming on through. Warp gate research is, as we can see, all done. whynoT will be continuing to gather here from this expansion, probably just sticking on these 2 bases for quite some time, and he may be doing the same style of push that we saw last game. And never mind, more gateways coming into play here. This could just be a level 1 weapon upgrade push this time, as he will have enough gateways to actually be able to push out with that. He's getting a fair amount of sentries early on to accumulate that energy. Obviously a really great idea. Moving on in. Oh, wow, Ling's almost making it in. Able to warp in a zealot just in the nick of time. Looks like there was a little bit of a pause there. Nerchio, wow, he is just not... He is not impressed with whynoT whatsoever. But yeah, able to get that warp in just in time. That's a great job there by whynoT. That is very unnecessary. I don't understand. Nerchio, why you gotta do that? Why do you have to be that rude? It's a game, right? We realize that. If you don't pause, you'd already be dead. Right, well, take a chill pill, please. I don't know. Maybe they've got a history. Maybe they have a long storied history, and whynoT's been incredibly rude to him as well. But so far this series, I've seen nothing but Nerchio kind of just be a friggin' jerk. I'm not impressed. He's a great StarCraft player. Doesn't make him a decent human. Pulling down with some speed lanes. Going to get a full surround there. Force field walls come a little bit late, and he takes some massive damage to the sentries, but I don't think he lost one. Actually able to keep them all. He did spend quite a lot of energy, but saving those sentries was absolutely vital there. Great job by whynoT. Just barely. I suppose he should have been dropping those a little bit earlier, but I guess he was a little late on that. Nerchio dropping down the spines. He's trying to prepare for this aggressive push that is coming from whynoT. Another gateway comes on through, so again, it's going to be that level 1 weapon upgrade push. He hasn't even bothered getting armor yet. He's got plenty of gateways to do that. Decided to skip that Robotech. We've got that Spire coming on through, so we'll be seeing Mutas come out very, very shortly again. Speedlings trying to cut off some of these reinforcements. Here's a probe dropping the pylon there, which would allow him to warp in on the high ground as long as he has vision. Lots of spines, so going to make this very, very difficult here. Now he's helping himself out there with that Guardian Shield. But the Ling's coming up the backside, trying to take out the sentries. Guardian Shield is dropped. Zealots continue to try to do what they can. He's got vision on the high ground. He should be able to warp in right now. There's no counter-aggression or anything like that going on. We've got 6 Mutas about to come out. It's going to be a huge problem for all these Zealots. It's going to be a major problem for all these Zealots. Nice drone blockage there, preventing those Zealots from getting up to that spine. Now finally pulling off. Here come those Mutas. And no, he warps in another batch of Zealots there. He's going to need more than Zealots against all these Mutalisks. These Zealots, though, I mean, more than enough to drop this expansion very quickly. And uh-oh, Nerchio. Oh my gosh. He's got Mutas, and he can obviously kill these Zealots, but not before they demolish this natural expansion. The expansion is gone. No counterattack at all. Still got this base over here. Zealots going to start to walk their way into the main. We got 10 Lings coming out. Stalkers now able to kill off those Mutas. What is happening? whynoT? With, again, an impressive push. Is he going to win this game? Is this going to be game number 2? Nerchio leaves the game. whynoT wins 2 games in a row. And for the second game in a row, we see a very effective timing push from whynoT. Nerchio, unfortunately, once more unable to stop it. Again, hats off to whynoT. The name of the game is to win, and he's been doing it. Although Nerchio may not like him. He's won 2 games in a row. All right, guys, that's going to do it for game number 2. We'll be moving on to game 3 in just one moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.